think a huge realization for me that my best friend wasn't truly my best friend and more like my greatest enemy preying on my downfall. It was really towards the end of the friendship before I cut her off that, the brainwashing wore off. I realized that I stopped asking for her advice and opinions on things, ranging from the small and large things, because of her passive bullying and put downs collectively over the 17 years we had been best friends, sisters. Unless it were things that, at a fundamental, foundational level, I knew couldn't get to me or bother me. Because what I've realized is that before it was even in my conscious mind, over the course of our friendship, whenever I did ask her advice or opinion, again, ranging from the small things, whether it's like my hair, my outfit, to the big things like life decisions or how someone treated me in a given situation, she would always start with first degrading me, putting me down in the situation, or figuring out every way that I did something wrong. And I thought that this was normal because of my ADHD, BPD, and the internal self shame. She validated every negative thought I had about myself. The only time I got her approval or agreement was when I was doing things exactly within her realm of what's right and in her realm of reality of what's appropriate. A few, for example, when I got shorter nails that were a natural color, when I dyed my hair back to a natural color, when I wore outfits that covered more of my body, she was in great approval of these things. When I first started getting tattoos, she was so against them. Whenever I made new friends, they were always actually my enemy or wanted other bad things from me. When I finally met someone great, she tried to find things that were wrong with him. This doesn't even scratch the surface as to what false beliefs and false perceptions of myself she instilled in me from a young age when we first met. This is what narcissistic people do. I share this because if any of this sounds familiar, or even if your body starts reacting really before your mind starts to pay attention, for me, this showed up in ways of my throat getting tight, my anxiety raising, my heart rate quickening. The accumulation of verbal abuse, passive bullying, direct bullying, just overall being so nasty for 17 years finally caught up to me when I actually started doing other healing. And I was like, what is going on? This is not okay. So finally, my mind listened. Realizing these things and cutting her out of my life was the best decision I've ever made besides leaving my abusers from the past. I say this because toxic, emotionally abusive friendships with narcissistic people can lead down to just as detrimental of a path as being with someone who is also an abuser. I've experienced both, and they're equally toxic in different ways.